Maniacs on Bikes. Daredevils Lesson 1. Bike messengers have pretty jazzy names. Johnny Jet Fuel, Squid, Wingnut, Mike the Bike, and Warp Drive. But the people who share city streets with them aren't impressed. Drivers, especially taxi drivers, hate these freewheeling messengers. Pedestrians aren't too fond of them either. That's because the messengers often zip by at very high speeds, just an inch or two from a bumper or a kneecap. And they do it all for the sake of delivering a package from point A to point B. Bike messengers have been around for a long time. They go all the way back to the late 19th century in New York City and San Francisco, but they hit their heyday during the 1980s. During this decade, New York City alone had more than 5,000 bike messengers. Increased use of fax machines and email has cut the number in recent years. Still, all large cities have hundreds of bike messengers whipping through the streets. Bike messengers love their work. They have to. The pay is not very good. They get paid on commission, so that the more packages they deliver, the more money they earn. Also, most bike messengers get no benefits. They get no sick leave, no paid holidays, and no health insurance. They even have to pay their own traffic tickets. On top of these drawbacks, the job is extremely dangerous. At least 5 riders died in New York City in 1996 alone. Anyone who rides a bike on the streets of New York City is probably a bit wacky. Bike messengers are so wild that they race through the Big Apple at 25 to 30 miles per hour. They know that hair-raising speeds mean more money, and so they don't let the rules of the road slow them down. Red lights only cost time and money, so bike messengers routinely ignore them. If going the wrong way down a one-way street saves time, the messengers do it. Hopping curbs and riding on the sidewalk is fair game. Bye. So too is biking up or down a set of stairs. The trick is to dodge all the cars and people and deliver the package on time. One messenger, called Steve the Greek, compares blasting through New York City traffic on a bike to skiing on a mountain that moves. Many bike messengers think of themselves as rebels. They go out of their way to express their individuality. Some dye their hair purple or green. Many sport nose rings, tongue studs, tattoos. Some riders shave their heads while others wear ponytails or dreadlocks. Bike messengers are mostly in their 20s and in terrific shape. There is no sex discrimination in this business. Although most of the riders are men, there are plenty of women messengers. And they are just as crazy as the men. I love the adrenaline rush that comes from being scared, says Pixie Markey. Naturally, all riders love to bike. Also, they crave the freedom the job provides. Steffa, a woman rider, says, "We know how free it is to have a job without walls. And of course, we're completely in love with riding our bicycles." Most riders have little respect for people who sit behind the wheel of a car, says Steffa. "We don't understand why everyone in the world doesn't bike." Fellow bikers are the only ones who really understand what the job is like. So bikers tend to hang out together after hours to share war stories and close encounters. They have even crafted their own special jargon. Shooting the tube, for example, means squeezing between 2 city buses. Blowing the lights means run through a set of red lights. A copsicle is a policeman on a bike. An urban log food is burrito. Bike messengers ride tough old bikes with flat tires. To deter thieves, they often paint their bikes hideous color. Most of the riders prefer low-tech equipment. Many bikes, for example, have just one gear. To be a bike courier, says one rider, is to be able to ride through rain, snow, and mud. It's not about having the hottest stuff and strutting it around. Some riders have turned their job into a competitive sport. They now have their own Cycle Messenger World Championship. Each year, the competition is held in a different country. The games draw hundreds of riders from around the world. Bicyclists race through a course that resembles their daily runs. They must deliver a certain number of packages to a set number of destinations. The World Championships, however, are too big to be a real test. With so many riders, the police have to close off the streets. To some purists, there's no fun without the potentially deadly traffic. "If they really wanted to make the race authentic, said one rider, they'd have us run through traffic while people opened car doors. Some competitions come close to that standard. In New York City, bike messengers put on a Halloween race every year. It is held during the height of rush hour traffic. Competitors have to dodge the cars and the police. For many riders, this Halloween race is the ultimate challenge. As one rider, known as Squid, says, "You're racing people, but you're also racing against the city." In 1996, John Y., the race winner, caught a ride. While on the West Side Highway, he grabbed hold of a speeding car. Since the race has no rules, the tactic wasn't considered cheating. The best Maniacs on bikes are incredibly good. They can cover 15 miles in less than an hour during rush hour traffic, stopping 6 times. For them, such records are not only badges of pride, but they're also a measure of how much fun they're having. "I was thinking about medical school," says messenger Adam Ford. "Biking is just so much more entertaining. Why would I want to forfeit my youth to go to medical school?"